been a long day, and I've been up since very early this morning, and I feel a distinct lack of sleep, or at least enough sleep, or as much sleep as I think I would have needed. But I mean, I did sleep a long time last night, but I feel like I definitely didn't sleep nearly as much as I should. Um, I didn't really do a lot today. I just did a few errands, and I ended up reading most of the day. I read a Dean Koontz novel earlier. That was really good. I really liked it. I'm definitely officially a fan of his now, and I definitely want to read more of his stuff. And I'm thinking about just trying to kind of deep dive his stuff and just read nothing by him for a while. It's kind of what I'm thinking about doing. Excuse me, I'm belching. Yeah, definitely. And even the stuff I read in the past, I didn't really think was necessarily good. Was so kind of weird and crazy that I liked it anyway. It was kind of just fun. So even when I think he's writing really weird stuff, it's still interesting, still fun. So yeah, I definitely recommend Koontz, and I'm definitely gonna start reading him. Koontz and Peter Straub are the two writers that I want to read most right now. So I think I'm definitely gonna start getting way into their stuff. Kind of read as much by them as I can going forward. I mean, there's still other stuff I want to read, and even some books I've been wanting to reread that I read years ago, but I've been thinking about reading again. I never not have anything to read though. There's always trillions of things on my to read list at any given moment, and it's always difficult for me to kind of pare it down to what I want to read most because I never know. I never know what I really how to trim it down to make it manageable to. Because there's always so many things I read and so many things coming out that I see that I'm like, oh, I want to read that. I want to read that. I want to read that. That's hard for me to pare it down to just the essentials basically, and only focus on what I really want to read. Because there's just so many things out there that I do want to read that I'll never get around to. That I have already accepted that I won't ever get to read because I'll just run out of time. And knowing that kind of makes me a little more choosy than I used to be about what I do read and the time I put into reading something. Especially since I'm a slow reader and it takes me a while to get through a book. Especially a very long book. Years ago I read Magica by Clive Barker, and it took me a week, a little over a week to get through that. Because it's a long novel, and at the time, I was reading it only, intermittently, a few hours a day. And I'm a slow reader, so, it took me a long time. And that's kind of always been a thing. I've always been a slow reader, so anytime I tackle, a really long novel, Magica, or the few times I've read it, it takes me, a while, to get through something that long. You know, even a shorter novel, it's just barely over 200 pages, may take me 4 hours because I'm just, this is also just taking into account me having to put it down to go to the bathroom or get a drink of water or something. I mean, if I'm just sitting there non-stop reading, I could probably get it done in about an hour and a half. But that's me reading with no distractions. I'm just a very So, yeah. In other news, I just completed the newest episode of my documentary series I'm doing called Small Town Nights. The idea of which is to kind of present a cinema verite kind of style look into what a typical night in my hometown feels like. It's less straightforward documentary and more kind of a mood piece, kind of capturing the real feel more than raw data of what life is like, in my town, especially at night. And not only has it been a lot of fun making this documentary series, but it's actually the best thing I've done as a filmmaker. And like on every level, creatively, skill wise, I think it's just Small Town Nights has been my finest work as a filmmaker. Not that I've done a whole lot. I've only done some shorts at this point. And I've done other like YouTube series in the past, but those were different. Those were more like reviews or just vlogs under a name. This is the first time I've done something that feels like an actual kind of web series. And, as of right now, I think it's the best thing I've ever done as a filmmaker. So, yeah, if you're interested, check out Small Town Nights. I have it on my channel as a playlist with all 4 episodes. I'm planning to do 6. So I just finished 4. And I'm planning on starting the shooting and editing 5 pretty soon. And I try to do something different with each one. So each episode, I try to have a different kind of tone or feel to it. The only similarity between them all is most of them are in black and white. But yeah, check out Small Town Nights. I don't even care that this is a shameless plug for it. I want people to watch it because I think it shows. I think it shows how far I've come since I've started kind of making shorts, making films. I still want to eventually move on to doing feature-length things. The closest thing I've done to that is I did a feature-length experimental film earlier this year that isn't a narrative, and it's not even really a documentary. It's just kind of an experimental art film I did. It features a few very, very long, like 15, 16-minute long shots of just nature. And that's like almost an hour long, and that's the longest thing I've done so far. But I do want to eventually start making some narrative things that are feature length. And I hope, maybe, hopefully soon I can. I got some ideas. And I even, a few months ago, completed a feature-length screenplay, actually. I wrote a long feature-length script that I would like to get some actors to perform, so I can make that into a feature-length film. And I got some other ideas that I'm hoping to get around to soon. But for now, check out my channel. I have all my short films on the channel. I have short documentary things I've done. I have vlogs like this one. I have a few videos of me playing music. I have short videos of me reciting my poetry. All my old reviews when I first started as a reviewer are on here. So it's been a fairly eclectic channel since I've started. I've thrown a lot of different things on it. And most importantly, Small Town Nights, my documentary series, is on here. So watch that especially. So yeah, I guess I'm done shilling myself. But yeah, I'm tired. I'm probably gonna go to sleep soon. I can actually barely keep my eyes open to record this. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you later.